starts and never ends. Tone and lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braydictions Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. You know, I truly think about the greatness that we possess as a people. Isn't it wonderful that we can go from talking about Disney and a plan that never formed, but learning something from it and being able to be in touch with your emotions, to breathe through them, to know that what you have to say can help somebody else, being able to talk about video games and you can still be a whole human being. That's a true blessing. Let's get to this, y'all. G4 Network Studios is coming to Universal Orlando Resort, and NBC Universal's getting the video games. Let's talk about it. It's time to do what we do because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. One more time, everybody. Here we go. Let's take down that iconic intro there. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Let's get to it. I saw this article while I was talking with Phil on the phone today, and I was like, yeah, I gotta bring this to y'all. I got to bring it to y'all. So here we go. This is an exclusive from Reuters, okay? Exclusive from Reuters, all right? NBC Universal may enter video game business after Comcast split, sources say. NBC Universal may enter video game business after Comcast split, sources say. NBC Universal may enter video game business after Comcast split, sources say. Child, listen, when I tell you, when I saw this, I'm like, I know you lying. Right now, I did my research before the show. I tried to find some video game companies that were up for sale. It was more independent labels, right? I do believe at one point in time, Warner Brothers Games was up for sale, but now Paramount Skydance has bought the whole company. So the video game company from Warner Brothers Games is not up for sale, right? Hang on here. Now, I will, if you'll indulge me, right? Oh man, if you'll indulge me, there is something very interesting that I want us to watch here real quick. And I believe, and I'm doing this live, okay? I believe that this game right here could be the key for Universal getting the video games. Just trust me on it. Just trust me on it. Just trust me on it. Here we go, everybody. Roll it.
I have waited, misshapen in the darkness. There is power.
Oh, wait a
Real
minute.
Power.
Hold on a second.
Away in your
We'll get
third-rate
back to
trick
that here in a
factory.
minute.
I will take your crown. Can you imagine what I could do with something like that? Your worlds will fall. Your people will suffer. And I will have infinite power. Wait!
No.
I must have it. I will have it.
You crazy? Just Freddy trying to kill you, you know. Now, if you indulge me for 1 minute, I want to do something here. I'm doing this live, y'all. I'm doing this live in real time with y'all. Give me a moment. Give me 1 moment to please, everybody. I know what you're thinking. How can you go from being emotional to being a hustler and pitching stuff? Because that's what we do. We have range over here, okay? Let me see something here. You never know what's going to happen when we're live on tour. Now, I want to go back for a minute. I want us to watch this. You see the colors in this game and the fluidity of it.
Misshapen in the darkness. There is power.
Like, it gives you 90s energy. Look at the detail of the hair, right?
Real power hidden away in your third-rate trinket factory.
Now, this game is for teenagers, right? But I love how they make it feel so emotional to relate to the inner kid.
I will take your crown. Can you imagine what I could do with something like that? Your worlds will fall. Your people will suffer. And I will have...
First of all, shout out to the dinosaur. Okay, shout out to the dinosaur, Jurassic Park.
Will have...
And if you recognize that, it's a little bit of Super Mario Odyssey. Because you can take possession of different things. You see the possession of the dinosaur there.
Will have infinite power.
I mean, smooth, no breakage, no I can put no breakage, no lag, no delay at all. I mean, just first of all, we can see the eyes. Let's go back to the eye. Look at how detailed the eyes are. Let's keep going.
Wait!
I mean, just no notes. Yes, that is Jordan Peele's Nope in there. Yeah.
I must have it. I will have it.
Now, hang on a second. Let's go back for a second. Oh, hang on. No, I'm trying to pause it right there. So, you have Jurassic World, The Mummy, Nope, Masters of the Universe, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Five Nights at Freddy's, Chucky's, Jaws, Megan, The Thing. Now, you know what the most amazing thing about this game? It's not even the Funko Pops. Hello? Is anybody else not seeing this here? Universal teamed up with Tintin Games and Funko. Okay. Braylon's a Range Rover, Alpha Mountain crying a big gang on the wheel of a Hot Wheels. Toys R Us is his favorite toy store where a kid can be a kid. Absolutely. Are you saying there's more hair detail there than on my real plastic Funko doll? Absolutely. That's messed up. Orton with a laughing emoji. Now, I want to bring your attention. Yeah. So see. Let's go back. Let's go back for a minute. There we go. Hang on. Now, I'm gonna do a doctor. I'm going to do a what is it? I'm gonna do a optometrist. Not optometrist. Oh God, no, optometrist. I believe that's what it is, right? You know, the eye doctor. I'm gonna do an eye doctor thing right now. Okay. Oh come on, man. Okay, you know what? Give me a moment. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, does it look clearer on one? Does it look clearer on one? Or does it look clearer on two? Does it look clearer on one? Or does it look clearer on two? Does it look clearer on one right here? Or does it look clearer on two? Let's keep going, shall we? Oh, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Yes, indeed. NBC Universal may enter video game business after Comcast split, sources say. Summary, NBC Universal is considering oh, you're very welcome, my friend. I love you very much. It's all good. NBC Universal considering gaming and entertainment franchises for growth after the split. three people said. Comcast cable business could see technology investments tied to data centers and AI. People said no tie-ups have been discussed, and any deal will have to wait until after the split, the people said. June 29th, so yesterday, NBC Universal is eyeing opportunities in digital gaming and new entertainment franchises as the company weighs options for future growth after its planned spinoff from Comcast, according to three people with direct knowledge of the matter. Comcast's cable connectivity business, meanwhile, is ripe for technological investments that can take advantage of the massive surge in data centers and AI, these people said. No tie-ups have been discussed. Any potential deal happened until a period of time following the split, the people said. These are among a broad range of options the company is exploring. Comcast declined to comment on any possible deals. In an interview with Reuters, Comcast CEO Brian Roberts said the company had decided the separation was the better way to move forward with the opportunities that we see for both of these businesses. Is to let them run independent of each other with focus, dedicated, great management teams, and strong assets. As to the timing, he added, we just decide once you're in go mode, you know you want to go. The announcement has ignited chatter of potential merger activity for both businesses, especially at a time when television and film sales have continued to decline as people cut the cord in favor of streaming, games, and social media. Shares and chart rose as much as 25% on Comcast's announcement on the speculation that the two can merge. Roberts denied any suggestion of the planned spinoff was a prelude to further deals. Absolutely not. He said on a Monday call with investors. He added that it's the right move to put each company in the strongest position to create value, fully monetize its assets and aggressively pursue its own or great organic growth strategies. Despite that stance, bankers, lawyers, and analysts said NBC Universal assets could become an attractive takeover target, pointing to its film and television studio, theme parks, and streaming service Peacock as higher growth businesses compared with its declining cable channels. As you guys know, I have rebranded cable channels. They're not declining. Linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television showcases what people could be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. If you're not giving anything for people to be curious about on linear television, how can you know what they will embrace through streaming? You need 1 + 1 = 2. One potential buyer could be Netflix, according to a person familiar with the matter who said the streaming company could view NBC studio content library as strategically complementary, though any combination will likely face significant regulatory and structural hurdles. If you remember last night, I pitched that Google should buy NBC Universal for all the reasons that I said. Go back and watch that tour. But after this one, I did not say Netflix because of what they went through with Warner Brothers Discovery. I thought after that they would not do it. But apparently, it's a rumor that, Netflix could be interested. As a part of the spinoff, Comcast will retain a 19.9% stake in Universal, which the company plans to sell down over time to help avoid taxes. But to preserve the tax-free structure, NBC Universal would need to operate independently for at least a year after the spinoff, during which period it cannot pursue a sale or a merger. At the same time, the entertainment giant could consider a merger acquisition transaction sooner, as long as the parties had not previously discussed a potential deal. Comcast declined to comment on this analysis of the tax implications. Mike Cavanaugh, who will run NBC Universal following the split, added, we have the freedom now to explore adjacent businesses where we have the right to play. Roberts has had a long interest in gaming. His son, Tucker Roberts, runs Comcast gaming division and advised his father on expanding in the Korean esports market. I want you to keep Tucker Roberts in mind here. Okay, just want you to keep his name in mind. I want you to keep his name in mind. Comcast previously explored acquiring Activision and Electronic Arts. I believe Electronic Arts went to a Saudi Arabia deal, I believe. So Electronic Arts is private, and then Activision's with Microsoft, right? So, as well as taking an equity stake in Epic Games, making a Fortnite, according to one person with direct knowledge of the talks. Disney made a $1.5 billion investment into Epic Games, and nothing has materialized from that. I've done more with that with my Walt Disney World and Disneyland rebrand master plan that Disney has never done anything with Epic Games. That's neither here nor there, but very important point. Let's continue on. The company also has a partnership with Nintendo for theme park attractions and 2 animated films and more films to come. The Super Mario Brothers movie and the Super Mario Galaxy movie that each grossed more than $1 billion at the global box office. According to among the major gaming industries, Take-Two may have the most valuable trove of intellectual property, including Grand Theft Auto, whose 6th installment has already recorded more than $3 billion in pre-orders ahead of its November 19th launch. Microsoft's Xbox gaming unit, whose most successful titles include Halo, Fallout, and the Elder Scrolls, may be spun off into a separate company. Electronic Arts, a significant games publisher, is being taken private in a $55 billion deal. You heard that correctly. 55 billion damn dollars. Can I hold about 10 million? Can I hold about 10 billion of that? Just ask him. For a friend, that friend is me. Controlled by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, private equity firm Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's defending partners. The investors are waiting approval from the European Commission. Overall, the planned separation was greeted warmly on Wall Street as Comcast stock jumped as much as 20%. The split is expected to give Comcast greater strategic flexibility for its 2 businesses, signaling the end of a pipes to content empire that didn't make sense to many investors. We don't see a Netflix for MC Universal deal, and no, we don't see a Comcast and Charter deal either. Longtime media analyst Craig Moffett of research firm Moffett Nathanson wrote in a note following the announcement. He added, having them under the same roof didn't make it either better. And the combined company has been sold by a conglomerate discount for 15 years to reflect the suboptimal capital allocation that conglomerates demand. So, by the way, shout out to Echo Wayne, Don Gominsky, and Mila Vin. Ryan by Edmund Lee, another Lee in the building, and editing by Nick Linzinski. Now, I am going to pitch to you a little bit later on what could happen if Universal bought 10 games. Okay, we're going to talk about that here a little bit. Okay, so just stick around for that. Just trying to see something, everybody. Give me a moment here. Sorry. Aha, got it. Okay, so with that being said, remember that name that I told you about there. That name. Tucker Roberts. Remember I told you about him? Let's talk about him now. Let's talk about him right from this space right here and right now. Shout out to Koaku. G4 is coming back apparently. This was published July 24th, 2020. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, G4. The game-focused television network G4 has hinted at something happening next year via a brief video on its revived Twitter account. And while that's exciting for those of us who grew up watching G4 in the early 2000s, it's unclear what exactly it will bring to today's audiences. The teaser was released during an IGN live broadcast as a part of the ongoing Comic-Con at Home event. Minute-long video tracks through a warehouse, ending on a game of Pong with ridiculously high scores before cutting to the G4 logo, the word 2021, and we never stopped playing. Following the teaser, a mysterious update to the G4 website immediately set the internet ablaze with speculation, ladies and gentlemen. According to sources cited by esports reporter Rod Slasher Bresu, G4 is being brought back by Comcast in some form in 2021. Reportedly leading the charge is Tucker Roberts, the guy we just talked about in that main article from Reuters, who is currently president of both the game wing division of Comcast Spectrum brand and the Overwatch League's Philadelphia Fusion. In addition to appearing on G4's new YouTube channel, the above video was also uploaded to YouTube channels for former G4 network programs, Attack of the Show, a variety show about the entertainment industry, and X-Play, which focused primarily on gaming and game reviews. On Twitter, Attack of the Show hosts Kevin Pereira and Olivia Munn have been coy about their involvement, while X-Play personalities Morgan Webber and Al Sessler separately noted their surprise at the possible revival without outright saying they weren't in the know. G4 was a paid television channel that originally launched in 2002. In addition to Attack of the Show and X-Play, the channel's 12-year run also features shows like Arena and esports light video game competition. So G4 was ahead of the game before the rest of the culture was. An Electric Playground, a review show where many of us was introduced to Heiko Kojomo's future best friend Jeff Kingley, which Jeff is responsible for Summer's Game Fest and the Game Awards. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're sitting in front of you. While a huge part of gaming history, G4 was also known for its casual sexism, mostly due to the channel's adolescent male-focused marketing. The network eventually devolved into airing reruns of shows like Cops and Cheers before shutting down in 2014. Does the gaming industry need G4 in 2020? That's a good question. Smart Money says it won't be on television because who watches that anymore? Once again, linear television broadcast is what people can be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television broadcast people can be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. Linear television broadcast people can be curious about. Streaming reflects what people embrace. But that means it's probably going online. The ecosystem already blown with gaming content. Whatever the case, we'll learn more as we near 2021. Now, that is that article there. Okay. Let's continue on here to Yahoo news, and let's talk about Comcast CEO's son and gamer Tucker Roberts to head company-owned esports team. Tucker Roberts there. Tucker Roberts was like many boys of his generation in Philadelphia. He gamed. Little did he know then, thanks to his family connections, the interest would lead to an early boost in his career. Roberts, the son of Comcast CEO Brian Roberts and his wife Aline, will head the company's new Philadelphia esports team Fusion, and they just launched Overwatch League, a group of city-based teams that will compete in competitive video games before live arena audiences and be streamed online. On Tuesday, he participated in the Fusion's first media event in Los Angeles, coming out of sorts for the 27-year-old Comcast citizen. By the way, E-League was on TBS. By the way, in case you guys did not know about that, Blizzard Arena was a arena at the Burbank Studios in California. And yes, we are going to talk about Major League Gaming tonight. You saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Come on now. Did you really think that I was going to talk about G4 Studios coming to Universal Orlando Resort and I wasn't going to make the pitch of how it's going to happen? Get the fuck out of here. I don't know why I talk like a New Yorker all of a sudden, but I'm a New Yorker. Sometimes. Moving on. Robert said in a phone interview that he thought that esports was the future of sports for millennials, and that after he heard Comcast Spectre has secured the Overwatch franchise, I wanted to be a part of it. He will be the Fusion's president. Backed by some of the biggest pro sports owners in the United States, the league needs to tap into bounding global popularity of competitive video gaming that has attracted hundreds of millions of participants. By the way, I think ECEL is also another league as well, and then Global Gaming League as well with T-Pain as well. So, not to mention the Power 4 Plus HBCU league that we talked about as well. So, a lot of leagues out there that has attracted hundreds of millions of participants. Esports fans pay to watch video game competitions on big screens and arenas. Some popular games can also be viewed on television and online. It's the first significant job at the Philadelphia Cable and Entertainment for a third generation of Roberts family and controls Comcast through a block of super voting shares. Tucker's grandfather, Ralph Roberts, founded the company in the 1960s with two partners, and his father, Brian, built it into a cable TV, internet and entertainment giant through relentless acquisitions. Brian gained broad experience in the company's corporate trenches before he was made an executive. Neither of Tucker's two sisters, Sarah and Amanda, works at the company. The Fusion team itself is owned by Comcast Spectre, a company unit that owns the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers, which is a hockey team, by the way, and operates the Wells Fargo Center in South Philadelphia. I don't believe it's the Wells Fargo Center anymore. I believe that naming rights have changed, but that's neither here nor there. Roberts, a 2013 graduate at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, initially thought that he would pursue a well-trodden career in finance, but the Great Recession made him rethink his ambition. Instead of looking toward Goldman Sachs in New York, Roberts said he looked westward to Silicon Valley tech gaming entrepreneurship. He had a college internship with video game maker Activision Blizzard. See how everything just loops back around, which owns Overwatch League and a post-college job for 3 years with Electronic Arts, also a game developer in California. He recently had experience working with Comcast venture arm in the San Francisco area where he lives. Roberts joined the Fusion Project as a strategic advisor in late September after Comcast Spectre announced it had bought a Philadelphia franchise for the Overwatch League. He has managed the team's day-to-day operations since then, signing players, negotiating initial marketing deals, and launching the brand. Roberts will report to Comcast Spectre's CEO, David A. Scott. Though based in Philadelphia, the 12-member Fusion team will play its games this first season in California. The Overwatch teams are expected to relocate to their respective cities, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, and others in later seasons. The Fusion players are living as a group in a big home in the Los Angeles area. Fusion's first game was Thursday evening, and the team is holding a Philadelphia watch event at Wahoo's. I don't know if Wahoo's is pronounced like that, but it's Mario. So Wahoo's at 3180 Chestnut Street in West Philadelphia for fans. As a teen, Roberts said his favorite video game was Star Wars Galaxies. He still plays games, sometimes on his mobile phones. He looks forward to moving back to Philadelphia and the cheesesteaks. As for Brian, an accomplished squash player, he was not a big gamer. Tucker said he was a competitive guy, though. I love being him in squash, and I'm reminding everybody that I can do that now. You know, I want to bring up something here, if you'll indulge me, right? Because it is interesting here that right here just launched Overwatch League, a group of city-based teams that will play competitive video games before live arena audiences. It will be streamed online. I want to bring your attention to something that's on my YouTube channel. That's on our YouTube channel. Okay. See, the good thing about us is we know how to utilize. Hey, Phil, good to see you, good sir. The good thing about us here is we utilize our own content to be able to expand conversation. So I just want to bring your attention to this clip right here that I'm about to bring up.
All you gotta do is take the credit.
Variety of viewpoints together so that
You know, we're not having to do a big independent outside study to figure out what those desires will be.
Customer's never wrong, right? Unless they say we hate their team, then they're wrong.
They're rarely wrong, but, if you read X comments, you might see that sometimes they're wrong.
Maybe you disagree a little bit. We do love audience participation. We certainly are encouraging that as much as possible. So let's take a question from our virtual audience from the Q&A box. Braylon asked, with Super Nintendo World opening at Universal Epic Universe, would primetime Nintendo e-gaming tournaments ever come to NBC Sports or Telemundo?
Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's zoom in on the question that Braylon has here. Braylon asks, with Super Nintendo World opening at Universal, would primetime Nintendo e-gaming tournaments ever come to NBC or Telemundo? Right here. Just launched Overwatch League, a group of city-based teams that will play competitive video games before live arena audiences and be streamed online. Once again, does it look clearer on 1 or 2? Does it look clearer on 1 or 2? Does it look clearer on 1 or does it look clearer on 2? Y'all don't quit playing my damn face. That's what you're going to quit doing. Okay, now I want y'all to watch how they danced around this question. Watch this.
Very interesting question. I guess, Joaquin, we can start with you. They finished with Telemundo. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Good. We'll go snake around like
yeah, we can
draft.
snake around. I like it. You got first pick.
Yeah, that's, definitely something that we could explore. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting, because it's not a traditional sport in theory of you get out and you see someone on a basketball court or even to the point of a Kentucky Derby, but it is something that gains a lot of popularity. And at the end of the day, I'd imagine if it draws eyeballs, it's still going to pay dollars and cents.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of esport, different platforms, like Ron was mentioning, YouTube, Twitch, even taking them to non-traditional platforms like broadcast or cable. So yeah, always exploring.
Sammy, do you have any thoughts on something like that?
Yeah, no, same. Whether it's e-gaming, we've looked at, pickleball, drone racing. There's a lot of sort of, different new and emerging sports, and we really take each on like a case-by-case basis. And, who's the audience? How does that compare to our existing audience? Sometimes it's good to have some overlap. Sometimes it's good to have.
You see how they're dancing around the question?
And also, what's the right platform? Is this something that we should put on TV? Is this something we should put on streaming? Or if we should partner with for...
Once again, the right platform. No disrespect to this fine woman here, okay? She could be a Miss Lee any day of the week. Why? That's every day. But let's go back to this. That's under Comcast Spectre. Just launched Overwatch League, a group of city-based teams that will play competitive video games before live arena audiences and be streamed online. Do you not have a partnership with Illumination to make Nintendo movies? Do you not have Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, in Japan? So no konnichiwa hi to all of y'all in Japan and Orlando. And does anybody know where the first Nintendo store is? It's in New York. Do you know how far it is from Studio 1A to the Nintendo store in New York? Nintendo New York, 10 Rockefeller Plaza is just across Troy 9th Street from Studio 1A, also located in 10 Rockefeller Plaza. Because they are situated in the same complex, the distance between them is only about 50 feet, requiring a 1-minute walk. Y'all are going to quit playing in my motherfucking face, each and every single one of y'all. And yes, I know I submitted stuff for NBC Universal, but this is malpractice, this is malfeasance, and this is flagrantly disrespectful. When you have a whole division in Philadelphia playing e-gaming, and when a person asks you, and really it's a Game 7 jump shot, of with Super Nintendo World coming to Universal Orlando Resort, could e-gaming tournaments air on NBC and Telemundo? You should say that. First of all, who is this Braylon guy? Where is he at? Somebody get in contact with him. Let's get his contact information and see if we can make this happen. That's what Smart Network would do. And if you need to know about Epic Universe, here's a commercial. Watch this.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
So you mean to tell me with all that, y'all can't just answer yes or no? Okay, let's go back to the clip. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it.
Different platform, but we look at things opportunistically, and especially things like gaming that are really, really at the forefront right now of consumption. It's definitely something we look at a lot.
Alexa, I'm curious your perspective, because as someone who does something like a dog show, it's not your typical sporting event, but you clearly have an audience that you're trying to hit. Exactly what Ron was talking about, considering the customer. So if you were to produce something like esports, how niche are you making it, and how much are you then trying to distribute and grow the audience simultaneously?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the Derby, you want to strike the right balance, right? You want to make the diehards feel seen. You want to make the casuals like learn something. I mean, my approach to any broadcast is always, make me smarter, make me smile and make it stick. So if I can find the right balance of that through storytelling, I think it doesn't really matter what the content is.
I like that. Let's go to another audience question right here at CNBC. State your name and your school and fire away.
Hi, my name is Nicole Pissarro. I'm from Montclair State University. I wanted to ask, what is one thing about the industry that you all didn't know before you got started?
Oh, that's always an excellent question. Ron, we're going to start with you.
I didn't know that content could be consumed, created, and edited from an iPhone, because the iPhone didn't exist when I started in the industry. So that's one thing I would say. And then I'll just use that to say I'm continually amazed and thrilled with how we are constantly evolving and pushing. And you mentioned Epic Universe and the recent question, and that's just a great example of the creativity of our company. I got a chance to see it about a few weeks ago, and a very proud moment to be a part of this company. It's awesome. But I think the creativity, and there really is a spirit in this industry that if someone can think it, it can happen.
We do have an
If somebody can think it,
coming up later
it can
in the show,
happen.
so that's always exciting. I like
if somebody can think it,
what about you?
it can happen. If somebody can think it, it can happen. Now, y'all let me know. Am I going too far by being this upset? Y'all let me know, for real. We're having a real conversation in real time. Am I going too far of being this upset? Am I going too far of being this upset? Is Braylon Lee going too far of being this upset? When there is public information out here And all I'm doing is just connecting the dots. Y'all let me know if I'm going too far. Okay, updates of travel and show as it will be in Minneapolis in mid-September after Chicago's late July show. Understood, by the way. Shout out to Harry Potter. Big fandom. Love each and every Harry Potter fan. Y'all good people for sure. But it's just interesting to me that NBC Universal is trying to get into video games. And they had a network called G4 that covered video games and the entertainment industry. Here we go. From the Washington Post, everybody, why G4 failed, constant pivots, high costs, and controversy bedeviled the directionless network in the lead up to its collapse. G4, the video game television online network backed by Comcast, abruptly closed on October 16th in a memo to staff published by Deadline. Comcast Spectre CEO David Scott wrote low viewership and that G4 had not achieved sustainable financial results before relaying the decision to discontinue G4's operations. As soon as the end game was, it did surprise a number of now former G4 employees who believe the venture's end had been nigh for months. In interviews with the Washington Post, 11 former G4 staffers described their experiences at the network leading up to its recent closure. Speaking on the condition of anonymity due to the signing of non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, they described a work environment with ever-shifting priorities from leadership that never settled on strategy to develop their audience. Now, what do I always tell y'all? Accessibility and availability. Accessibility and availability. Accessibility and availability are the two things that determines companies' rise or demise. Let's keep going. That same leadership was sometimes absent from day-to-day operations, according to the workers interviewed, who felt they often leaned on the G4 name and other nostalgic show brands and struggled to reconcile the differences between broadcasting on linear television compared to online platforms like YouTube and Twitch. This is why having a brand director or a brand strategist inside the company actually works, guys. There are people that are available to hire. Oh, that includes me too. Ex-G4 workers and outside talent familiar with the network's expenditures also know how it would pay grand sums to host and guests with robust streaming artists while shrinking staff size demanded more work from off-camera employees. We understand that G4 employees are disappointed. We are too, Scott wrote in a statement to the Post. Everyone will have their own opinions, but as with any startup, we all worked hard to make G4 successful. We will continue to support our teammates through this time. Comcast announced the return of G4, a network dedicated to gaming culture, in July of 2020. The period was something of a boom time for the video game industry, with gaming on the rise following the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Young viewers flocked to online platforms like Twitch and YouTube, which served as the preferred platforms that audiences loved content creators. The original incarnation of G4 has been dormant since 2014. While it never achieved mainstream popularity, shows like humorous game review vehicle X-Play and pop culture variety hour type of show struck a chord with geeky audiences who struggled to find television programs that catered to their interests. As the YouTube and Twitch generation shifted away from traditional television, many content creators drew inspiration from the irreverent antics of G4 hosts like Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, and Kevin Pereira. The new G4 returned with a flashy, new expensive studio facility and a soft launch in early 2021. It was greeted with excitement and a wave of nostalgia, but ex-G4 employees and contractors with whom the Post spoke said that despite lofty ambitions and a talented staff with exciting and creative ideas, G4 immediately lacked direction. During its 10-month revival, shows regularly changed their format and platform in response to viewership numbers and trends. The significant numerous rapid changes, the worker said, threw planning into chaos. Additionally, a controversial segment by X-Play host India Froscom Black, in which Black called out sexism within the show's audience, led to sustained harassment of Black and other talent. G4's inherent response inflamed tension among cast members and employees said. Though sometimes heralded as recession-proof, the video game industry has recently faced economic headwinds. A growing number of companies ranging from upstarts like G4 to tech behemoths like Google and Microsoft have scaled down their ambitions, their projects, and divisions like Go employees. VENN, the Video Game Entertainment News Network, a streaming network similar to G4, funded by venture capital firms and billed as the MTV of video games, launched in August of 2020 and shut down just a year later. One former VENN employee described the business as top to bottom a complete and colossal failure. Among the multiple causes employees believe sunk G4, several ex-employees point to Tucker Roberts, the billionaire Comcast CEO Brian Robertson, then president of Comcast Spectre's gaming brand. While G4's revival was largely the younger Roberts' brainchild, former employees described him as fickle and absent. One employee familiar with Roberts' decision-making said the executive will regularly change his mind about crucial decisions. For example, the number of separate YouTube channels G4 needed, which spread out audiences and hurt viewership, or the direction of the network's esports coverage, which changed numerous times. Roberts eventually stepped away from G4 in March, just 4 months after G4 relaunched in full. According to a former staffer, the network's priorities were very dependent on which leader employees asked. There was never a clear viewership goal or platform to prioritize. They said this was not Comcast nor Roberts' first foray to the gaming industry. In 2018, the company announced that Tucker Roberts would helm the Philadelphia Fusion, an esports franchise in the just-launched Overwatch League, the first wave of the Overwatch League franchises. Sold for a reported $20 million, and Philadelphia reached the league's first championship. Comcast further invested in the scene with the construction of Fusion Arena, billed as a $50 million next-generation esports arena, situated alongside Philadelphia's other major pro sports venues like Eagles Lincoln Financial Field. In 2019, Comcast partnered with South Korean wireless telecom company SK Telecom to launch a global joint esports venture, T1 Entertainment and Sports. Comcast declined to make Roberts or other G4 leaders available for an interview with the Post, supplying instead the statement from Scott. As a startup multi-platform network, G4 tested various content and distribution strategies. Scott wrote, as was the case for many other recent gaming and content ventures, there was just not enough interest in G4, in which resulted in the network's closure. You know, I'm trying to think how many times I've rebranded networks and have pitched businesses to y'all that have always had direction. I'm just saying. And not to mention too, I carry a nerd energy to care of why things work, right? Or how things could work, or maybe what could be the possibilities of getting to a solution. Past versus present, the brunt of G4's efforts focus on Twitch and YouTube, with multiple former employees insisted that linear television was actually G4's most promising moneymaker, rather due to its ability to attract sponsorship revenue from the likes of Head & Shoulders, Pizza Hut, SteelSeries, and the U.S. Army. But instead of focusing on linear as a foundation, ex-employees said leadership poured money into repeated changes to shows, for platforms, and formats. We pivoted every time viewership was low. We never really gave our content time to gain traction. We were just constantly pivoting. We would sort of get momentum on trying to make a creative product. We were like, I think we're finding our voice at an ex-contractor, but then we wouldn't have funding anymore because it was too expensive. The leadership was like, we care more about Twitch than YouTube today. The analytics constituted a metric for success would change regularly. According to G4 workers, sometimes it was YouTube video views, other times it was concurrent viewers on Twitch. 1 week, the network would mandate dozens of live watch hours on Twitch. A couple weeks later, it would pivot fully away from Twitch, imperiling major productions like Attack of the Show. None of the leaders had any vision, said one former employee. They weren't very present day-to-day operations. We pivoted every time viewership was low. We never gave our content time to gain traction. We were just constantly pivoting. Discovery also proved challenging as G4 sought to make its return. Employees said they were continually demoralized by the fact that even members of the video game savvy communities regularly said things like, "Oh, I didn't even know G4 was back." To help core audience, G4 contracted established content creators like Austin Show, who has not divulged his last name, Alvy May, and Alex Goldenborg Menendez for regular hosting roles. It brought on high-profile streamers like Caitlin Armand-Sorenska, Tyler One, Sketch Cap, and Hassan Piker for guest appearances. Hassan was at G4. Good damn. Leadership's belief, according to former employees, was that these guest appearances, along with sporadic appearances and featured slots on Twitch's front page, would lead to increased sustained viewership. However, the practice just led some G4 shows to see atypical viewership spikes, while others did, according to multiple former employees. One thing would pop off because someone popular, and that was the expectation would be for everything, said a former contractor. It wasn't feasible. Remember that lady who said, as long as you can figure out how to broadcast, it doesn't matter what the content is. If the content is not cohesive, if the content doesn't have a sound that people can understand, if there's not a clear exchange of electricity for people to feel the weight of what you're broadcasting, then the content is going to fall down rival. So it does matter what the content is. My God, today content creators pay from G4 ran the gamut, with two former employees saying regulars were contracted a year at a time, with Menendez and May scoring six-figure salaries. Austin's Show, whose live game shows reliably pull tens of thousands of concurrent viewers with or without G4, made seven figures, according to one former employee. Neither Menendez nor May replied to the Post's repeated request for comment. The day race for some guests was steep. According to the Post, Austin's Show said G4 had a budget for influencer marketing, and that money sometimes offered to streamers, but $20,000 to $30,000 was the upper end. The large majority made less if they were paid at all. With most or any of my shows I produce or appear on with other streamers, we usually don't pay each other, Austin Show said. For G4, the company will offer money to some of those appearing in exchange for guaranteed marketing, which is something we would feel comfortable asking for free. Big names, some of who appeared on Name Your Price, the show's recurring game show, made $10,000 to $20,000 for appearances or raids, in which popular streamers like Inmate, Pokimane, Inez would send their audiences to G4's channel to boost its numbers, according to multiple former employees. Even short visits by popular guests could be expensive. Stivacamp, according to a former employee with knowledge of these figures, was paid $20,000 for a 2-hour call-in appearance on a G4 esports program. I would like to make $20,000 for just call in for 2 hours. Yeah, I do. An hour, 2 hours now for free. But anyway, an ex-G4 employee attributed the higher rates for streamers due to the fact that any time spent not streaming on their own channel would cost them money in terms of a drop in paid subscribers and a loss of advertising revenue. When a streamer is doing anything other than streaming, they're losing money, the ex-G4 employee said. Ultimately, collaborating with content creators didn't move the needle to justify the cost. Their audiences rarely even came over, said a former employee. A particular viewership did not match who were paying for these episodes. Churn at the top. Roberts rarely appeared. By the way, that is Tucker Roberts. Tucker Roberts rarely appeared at G4's Los Angeles studio, according to employees who worked at the office from the time of G4's launch, bearing an interruption from the Omicron outbreak in the Los Angeles studio. Roberts had conference room-sized office based on the Emperor Palpatine's throne room from Star Wars, complete with imperial iconography that meant camera crews were unable to film near it for fear of incurring rights violations, according to multiple former employees, not just because of copyright, but because of privacy as well. He had the largest office space that he never even moved in. Bruh. If Braylon Lee is the creative director or the creative strategist, the head creative strategist of G4 or any company, I am there every mother-ucking day, 9 to 5. Okay? I'm there weeks ahead for live coverage. I'll fill in as the fill-in host to make sure that the format works. I'm the one going to conferences to speak on behalf of G4. That's how you move as an executive. Just because your family made the company doesn't mean you got the soul to run it. Moving on. Russell Ahrens, who joined G4 as president in September 2021, following senior level roles at Warner Bros. Machinima Electronic Arts, was supposed to supplant Roberts and shepherd G4 forward once it launched in November, per Comcast official press release from Time. Former employees said that leadership decision making was diffuse. Some major decisions came from Ahrens, while others came from Roberts. Sometimes from Joe Marsh, an executive at Comcast Spectre, a close collaborator of Roberts. Marsh did not officially join G4 until summer 2022. But former employees said he was involved in the operation, especially on the esports side of the network as far back as summer 2021. Roberts, meanwhile, continued to sporadically meet with talent after Ahrens took over, according to former G4 staff. Leadership changed again in 2022 as Ahrens departed in July following a contentious all hands meeting in which she was lambasted by Town for a lack of transparency, failing to realize promised diversity initiatives, and other issues. Ex-employees who described Ahrens as more consistent leader than Roberts said she left in the meeting in tears. No one should leave a meeting in tears because they were trying to do the best they fucking could. Former G4 staffers perceive Ahrens' rocky tenure as evidence that she'd been set up to take the fall for Roberts. And that's not right. That's not cool. And that's frequently disrespectful. I think she bears some responsibility for the leadership, but I think she inherited an impossible situation from Tucker Roberts. Said a former employee, I'm not surprised how she resigned 2 weeks after that incident. Ahrens did not respond to the post request for comment. Following her departure, Marshall also serves as CEO of esports organization T1, officially assumed Ahrens' duties. He remained in that role until G4 closed. As the network struggled to build a foundation and sell on strategy, G4 staff found themselves wearing numerous hats. I can relate to that. My job. Everyone whom the post spoke described the network as understaffed relative to the magnitude of the task at hand, running a television network, producing regular live content on Twitch, and populating several YouTube channels, as well as other social platforms. Many regularly worked late into the jobs in multiple roles to compensate, they said. Production assistants would do producers' jobs, and producers would do PA jobs. Said one ex-employee, there were just not enough bodies. A number of crew members said they believed they were underpaid compared to standard rates for their lines of work. According to multiple ex-employees, around 80% of people at G4 were contractors, and the majority did not receive health care or other benefits. People worked late and worked roles they were not hired for, said another, and they were underpaid even for the roles they were hired for, let alone what they ended up paying overextended into. That applies pretty much to every single person on my team, including myself. Ex-staffers say leadership regularly attributed issues to G4 being akin to a startup. Ex-employees and contractors described the work as fun and creatively fulfilling despite all the stress, with wacky ideas flying between talented teams, often out of necessity to meet the demands of producing many hours of content per week. But some workers saw things differently given G4's ownership. It always felt like there wasn't money, said one former employee. Leadership really let us know that because they tried to use it as an excuse of, well, we're just a startup. You're owned by Comcast and NBC. No, you're not a startup. I feel hurt. Two former G4 staffers described complaints they filed to the California Labor Commissioner's office over contracts that failed to set terms around overtime pay, in which in one case required contractors to sign away their likeness rights in perpetuity. So that means they can never claim their name, even to this day. A final year filled with controversy. G4 will wind up gaining visibility for the wrong reasons. At the beginning of 2022, esports commentator and new X-Play co-host India Froscom Black headed up a segment in which she called out sexism among the network's fan base, taking aim at the original G4 legacy of female hosts who are objectified by its shows and their male viewers. It's dehumanizing and weird Black segment. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn, both former G4 hosts, did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Initially, the segment had G4 support, with a now-deleted tweet from the network's official account saying, "We stand with Black and the women in the space behind the scenes," say former employees. The segment was a spontaneous idea born out of conversation. about personal experiences between Black and other members of the X-Play team. They received approval from producers beforehand. Immediately afterward, the response internally and externally was largely positive. Roberts even sent Black a message expressing his appreciation for her. But in the following days, numerous YouTube videos and tweets surfaced from influencers suggesting Black had insulted G4 viewers and deserved to be fired. Black was sequentially harassed, threatened, and doxxed. Doxing is asinine, disrespectful, and trifling behavior. Meaning trolls publicly posted private information pertaining to her real-life location. The harassment was reported on by the media at the time. G4, according to multiple former employees, quietly deleted the tweet and support Black segment and set the YouTube video up into private. G4 did not mention the tweet nor the controversy publicly again. Behind the scenes, Black wound it up in a series of meetings with leadership, according to multiple former employees who worked with Black. But ultimately, the message from G4 was that little could be done about the harassment on the network's end, and she should file a local police report. They basically told her to be quiet, a former contractor. Black declined to comment. Multiple female staffers told the Post the situation was galling and that they'd been promised something different when they joined G4. The message very explicitly was, we're going to be a different G4 that recognizes sins of our past, and we're going to make sure that it doesn't happen again in regards to diversity, inclusion, and sexism. A former female contractor said about the message when she joined the company. The former contractor decried the company for sitting out while one of its hosts was harassed for months. There were so many different things they could have done as opposed to letting YouTubers run wild, they said. Speaking to the Post, Jared, the completionist Khalil, a castmate of Black, said the situation forced talent to act as customer service for G4. G4 could have done more, Khalil said, from the top down. A lot of people were like, what do we do? Do we hire a crisis person? Do we talk to PR? Nothing came to that. There was no formal plan to put into play. Khalil said he took no issue with the message of Black's Viral 7. However, he noted that when she tweeted, it led to lesser but still unpleasant harassment of other talent at G4. The situation put a strain on his relationship with Black. He said, though he declined claims from other former staff that he played a role in getting Black dismissed from her role later in the year. The final chapter. In September 2022, the network laid off between 20 and 30 crew members with little warning. Immediately after the layoffs, social media college industry that has spun up around Black suggested she single-handedly take the network for speech, but every former employee to whom the Post spoke shot down that supposition. The views were just never good across the board, said one. To say one person, her rant has such an impact that it's like the company is absurd. It's absurd. Under Marsh's leadership, G4 ultimately bought out the remainder of Black's contract after receiving a poorly received tweet in which she rhetorically proclaimed she survived the layoffs. By late September, original G4 alums like X-Play host Adam Sessler had usually substantially scaled back their duties in the wake of repeated change-ups. In the case of Attack of the Show mainstay, Kevin Pereira announced plans to leave G4 entirely. Fresher faces like Menendez and May did not have their contracts renewed. Following the layoffs, say former employees, Marsh planned for staff from T1, the Comcast-backed esports organization for which he serves as CEO, to essentially backfill open positions, benefiting their expertise. But while remaining G4 staffs had meetings with prospective T1 additions, it would have taken months to fully onboard them, Walker said. The reality is we lost so many key staff, not just below the line, but lead producers or Attacking the Show and X-Play, and basically the entire esports team, said a former employee who was at G4 until the network shut down. It just wasn't feasible to keep producing the same level of content. Leadership actually wanted to increase the quantity we were producing with key staff members gone, and entire department shuttered. Despite these cost-cutting measures, according to multiple former employees, money continued to be spent on guests. Shortly after the layoffs, said too, Marsh approved a helicopter to transport a streamer from Orange County just outside Los Angeles to G4 studio in Los Angeles. Oh my God. So you're going broke, you're not wanting to pay people, and you're not having a strategy, but you think it's smart to approve a helicopter to transport a streamer from Orange County to the studio in Los Angeles. My God, today. Then late last week, a key producer on Arena flagship show that was made as part of a deal with the WWE wrestling circuit, originally set to last until April 2023, quit after G4 refused to grant them a raise and additional staff to make up for September's layoffs. On Sunday, G4 staffers were locked out of communication services like Slack and Google Drive. Still waiting explanation. They received an email from March simply stating that G4's facility will be closed until October 18th and streams will be postponed. Many learned what was actually happening, that they would soon be unemployed. Only once Deadline published an article containing a memo from Comcast Spectrum CEO Dave Scott confirming G4 shutdown. Viewership is low and the network has not achieved sustainable financial results. Read Scott's memo. I want to thank everyone on the G4 team for their hard work and commitment to the network. Despite the abrupt conclusion to G4's latest chapter, former staffers were not surprised by the final outcome. It was going to break sooner or later, said a former employee, and clearly it was sooner. Clarification: a previous version of the story incorrectly stated that Comcast CEO Brian Roberts and his wife Feline helmed the Philadelphia Fusion while their team was purchased by Comcast. It was helmed by their son, Tucker Roberts. So, G4 went through some shit, huh? Well, I wonder if there's a content creator that happened to talk about G4 Studios. I think there was a guy named Braylon Lee who talked about it. Sure did. Let's talk about it. I love what the fuck we do over here. I truly do. So this live stream here, right? Now you remember I did 2 live streams back to back. I did Chronolodian, also did G4. So right here, as you can see, there's a thing called G4 Culture Troller, right? So it was culture and controller. So the controller of the culture is the people. So I felt like G4 needed their own news division. They never had that, right? And then you bring back Attack of the Show and X-Play. Now this live stream was done 4 months ago. February 22nd, 2026. Let's summarize the video. Right here, this video features a town hall style live stream. By the way, Comcast Spectre, Tucker Roberts. This is what we call having direction, having a purpose, being about the business, to have the wherewithal to care about how you go about investing in people. Let's get to teaching Comcast Spectre and Comcast how to run a network. This video features a town hall style live stream hosted by Brian Lee, where he outlines a comprehensive and ambitious proposal for a potential G4 network comeback. Braylon argues that in the current landscape of the creator economy, there's a missing space for a dedicated network, and he believes G4 can be successfully revived from the Universal Orlando Resort. Key pillars of the proposed G4 revival: brand identity. The network will be branded G4, the plug of the culture, with a focus on gaming, tech, pop culture, and creator-driven entertainment. New programming slate. Braylon introduces several new show concepts to anchor the network. Several new show concepts. So, G4 Culture Troller News, a dedicated news division covering gaming, tech, and viral cultural trends. Loot Quest Live, a interactive festival-style game show, physical challenges, and augmented reality and virtual reality integration. So you guys remember Slime Time Live? That was outside of Nickelodeon Studios. That would be Loot Quest Live, okay? Screensavers Pad Live, a weekend focus block centering on fandom discussions and streaming recommendations. Signature returns. Proposal includes bringing back classic staples like Attack of the Show and X-Play to anchor the evening primetime slots. Production facility. A major component of the plan is utilizing the Universal Orlando Resort as a permanent year-round production hub. Now, you remember, Nickelodeon Studios had to say this was taped at Universal Studios Florida about 1,000 times a year. But it was an evergreen deal because Nickelodeon never had to pay for it, because Universal paid to build the studio. Do that same deal. This includes using multiple sound stages, 18, 19, and 17, and an outdoor arena for live interactive events. community integration, the strategy relies heavily on treating the audience as co-hosts through real-time Twitch and YouTube chat integration, live polls, interactive segments that bridge the gap between linear television and digital streaming. Braylon emphasizes that this is a conceptual project intended to start a conversation about the future of gaming media and how a major production studio could successfully integrate into the Universal Orlando resort environment. So you mean to tell me that in the words of Ron E. Bradley, do you mean to tell me there's not one? There's literally not one. There's not one. There's literally not one. There's not one. There's literally not one. There's not one. There's literally not one. I'm ready to work. Call me, beat me if you need to reach me. That's my IG. Just DM me. Like, good damn. The media industry ain't got me struggling this damn much. Like a combination of Mr. Incredible, Iron Man. Iron Man comes in to save the day, then I have Mr. Incredible's energy. If I just cleaned up this mess, can you keep it clean for 10 damn minutes? Jesus. Now, I said we want to talk about Major League Gaming tonight. Let's talk about it. Major League Gaming was a professional esports organization based in New York City, founded in 2002 by Sundance Giovanni and Mike Sepso. MLG held official video game tournaments throughout the United States and Canada. The Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit was a television broadcast of Halo 2 MLG tournaments in 2006 and 2007. ESPN.com. ESPN.com, but yet not on ESPN. Interesting. Moving on. And other broadband sites, the company was also involved in television production, and game development. MLG's aim was to elevate computer and console game tournaments to viable competitive and spectator events. In January 2016, video game publisher Activision Blizzard announced its acquisition of Major League Gaming. The company, who owned the esports division, was led by MLG co-founder Mike Sepso, and stated that it intended to leverage the purchase as a part of its plans to build an esports-focused television network. The organization experienced a loss of profit, leading its parent company, Activision Blizzard, to close its last branch of January 2024. So as you can see here, MLG Pro Circuit roster includes StarCraft 2, and League of Legends for the PC, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur 5, King Fire's XII for PlayStation 3, and Super Smash Bros. Melee for GameCube were the only console games. Major League Gaming also hosted a series of online qualifying ladders for the online-only Pro Circuit titles, leading to the National Championship. In the past, MLG hosted Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments during 2004 through 2006, MLG Circuit, and other games such as Halo, Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Tekken 5, Gears of War, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, Shadowrun, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Call of Duty 4, and Gears of War 2. And they also have Call of Duty Pro League. Okay, all right. So, this is very interesting. As you can see here, right, the arenas were pay-per-view only events, only feature StarCraft 2, that were broadcasted in high definition from MLG Studio in New York. They also had a studio in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. They also played Tekken 6 and Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Yeah, I know. Also, MLG partnered with CBS Interactive to increase its broadcast capabilities and to integrate in CBS Interactive website GameSpot.com, right? And then right here, Straight Rippin' was a professional Halo team. They got $1.75 million contract. Okay, all right. Also, too, they were building an MLG arena in Henquin Island in China near Macau. And then they opened the first MLG.TV arena in Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Now, it's interesting. I wonder if MLG ever teamed up with anybody else. Wait a minute, Braylon, what's this? Oh, this is gamesindustry.biz, Braylon. Okay, Bray, okay, you're smart, cool, you're smooth like a cucumber, but what's this article? No, are you kidding me? Sorry, y'all. G4 gets competitive by partnering with Major League Gaming for exclusive rights to air 2007 Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. G4 gets competitive by partnering with Major League Gaming for exclusive rights to air 2007 Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. G4 gets competitive by partnering with Major League Gaming for exclusive rights to air 2007 Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit. And let me show y'all Major League Gaming stuff again. Let's show y'all this here. Columbus, Ohio, MLG TV Arena. In Chen Island in China, near Macau. All the games. StarCraft 2, League of Legends for PC, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur 5, King of Fighters, XII for PlayStation 3, and Super Mario and Super Smash Bros. Melee for GameCube, right? Call of Duty Pro League. All this information is public. If you did not know. Also, too, here, Bobby Kotick explained that the main target of the acquisition of MLB streaming operation MLG.TV. Kotick explains to the New York Times that their eventual goal was to build the ESPN Video Games, a television cable channel that would be devoted to esports coverage and analysis of premium in-house productions that could attract more advertisers, either produced by Activision staff or by outside producers. Despite the acquisition, MLG continued to host events related to games that were not published by Activision Blizzard subsidiaries. Once again, I just show public available information. That's really all I do. My God, today, Mia doesn't have to be struggling that bad. The in-depth coverage will give viewers unprecedented access to competitions of the world's largest video game league. G4, the network that's plugged in. G4, the plug of the culture. G4, the network that's plugged in. Is connected to the world competitive game by partnering with Major League Gaming, the world's largest video game league, for exclusive television rights to air the 2007 Boost Mobile MLG Pro Circuit competitions. Each MLG tournament features world-class pro gamers battling for a chance to win the respect of gamers around the world, as well as $1 million in cash and prizes. Beginning November 16th, the 1-hour shows covering each of the Pro Circuit competitions will air Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Pacific Time, only on G4. Man, by the way, I haven't forgot about pitching 10 games being bought by Universal, right? So I just want to show you something here. In case you didn't know, now G4 covered the Consumer Electronics Show, Comic-Con, and E3. If you need a reminder of what E3 looks like, here's that.
There is a place where heroes are put to the test and legends are made. A portal to uncharted worlds, apocalyptic war zones, and galaxies far, far away. You are a gamer, a soldier, a warrior, an adventurer. No challenge is too daunting. No enemy is too tough. You want to take it to the next level, and we'll get you there. We're putting you in the driver's seat for the most explosive event in gaming. This is the place where anything can happen. This is E3, and G4 has your ticket inside.
Yes! Welcome back!
The biggest video game event of the year has finally arrived, and we've got it covered like no one else.
Nothing will stand in the way.
You'll get all of the breaking news as it happens, the shocking announcements, in-depth interviews with the industry's boldest visionaries, and exclusive hands-on demos of the show's most talked about games. Cancel those dinner plans, call in sick from work, and clear your schedule. This is E3, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Gamers, your time has come. G4's live coverage of E3 11 begins right now.
And there it is, everybody, live from the convention floor of E3.
Welcome to G4 Live at E3 2011, presented by Burger King. I'm Kevin Pereira. Joining me today, the very lovely Candace Bailey, the always lovely Morgan Webb, and the devastatingly lovely Adam Sessler. Oh, you're such a liar.
Beautiful. We are coming to you live from the Los Angeles Convention Center, and believe it or not, we have 5 hours of coverage today. 5!
Yes. 5 hours of live coverage.
So expect someone to vomit or sing or something.
Or both.
G4 is the exclusive broadcast partner of E3, and this is the only place you'll see live coverage from the show floor.
All day long, we'll have live demos of the show's biggest games right here on our stage. You'll see the latest from Bethesda, creators of Fallout 3. Get ready for an exclusive look at the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
I'm ready. Plus, Nathan Drake is back in Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. Find out what's in stores for everyone's favorite treasure hunter.
And later, you do not want to miss the shooter that might make you want to upgrade your PC. Yet again, it's EA's Battlefield 3.
Hi, this is gaming's biggest week. It's our Super Bowl, our Kwanzaa, and our Flag Day, all rolled into one big burrito that tastes good.
That means, I'll interpret that for you, it's all hands on deck. We've got the floor covered from every angle, and here is what's coming up.
I am live on the floor at E3, checking out all the cool stuff, including this game, Space Marine, a 25-foot
Chris
drop
Gore,
pod,
everybody.
which brings down this bad boy, protected by missiles to take on aliens. This is the kind of stuff I love, and we'll be bringing you more live from the floor of E3.
So. Now, I do remember the CEO of Nintendo and the president of the Entertainment Software Association meeting up not too long ago. Now, let's talk about E3 and what E3 was all about. E3, short for Electronic Entertainment Expo, was an annual trade event for the video game industry organized and presented by the Entertainment Software Association. It was principally held in Los Angeles from 1995 to 2019, with its final iteration held virtually in 2021. The event hosted developers, publishers, hardware manufacturers, and other industry professionals who used the occasion to introduce and advertise upcoming games, hardware, and merchandise to the press. During its existence, E3 was the world's largest and most prestigious annual gaming expo. E3 included exhibition floor for developers, publishers, manufacturers, and game companies to showcase their titles, products for sale in the upcoming year. Before and during the event, publishers and hardware manufacturers usually held press conferences to announce new games and products. Before 2017, E3 was an industry-only event. ESA required individuals wishing to attend to verify a professional relationship with the video game industry. With the rise of streaming media, several press conferences were broadcast to the public to increase their visibility. E3 2017 became open for the first time with 15,000 general admittance passes for those who wanted to attend. When hosted in Los Angeles, E3 was held at the Los Angeles Convention Center. The event was canceled for the first time in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the event was canceled, and the event in 2021 was held as a virtual event to mixed reception. The 2022 event was canceled also due to the pandemic with no virtual event held. The ESA plans to return to a full-person adventure in 2023 with a new format, including a fan convention component at a separate venue collaboration with Reed Pop. In February 2025, ESA announced the Interactive Innovation Conference, ICON, as a spiritual successor to E3. The first edition was held in April 2026, and I did not hear one damn or ish about it. So, you're probably thinking, Braylon, where is all this leading to? If NBC Universal could buy 10 games and get into the video game industry, and they could bring back G4 and talk to the Entertainment Industry Foundation, could they own E3 and make it a G4, the signature event for the G4 network? Could E3 and G4 be coming back? Could E3 and G4 be coming back? Could E3 and G4 be coming back? Of course it can. Of course it can. And I do believe, of course, it will. Now, let's get to it here, okay? Here we go. I'll take you off long enough here. Now, remember, I told you guys about this here. Funko Fusion, 10 games. Funko and Universal, right? Universal licensed out the characters to 10 games and Funko, right? So, let's get to the pitch. Here we go. Excuse me. Based on this article, create the brand plan, game plan, marketing plan, social media plan, logistics plan for NBC Universal to buy 10 games, based on them allowing 10 games to use Universal characters for Funko Fusion. So right here, the company already has a relation with 10 games through the use of Universal characters and the crossover tile Funko Fusion. Any acquisition of 10 games will be speculative, but will represent a relatively low-risk way to establish a first-party game development studio. Acquisition target 10 games. Strategic goal transform 10 games into Universal Game Studios. NBC Universal flagship internal console and PC game developer focused on family entertainment, blockbuster franchises, and original IP. Now, if you're going to do this, Universal, there's just one game that you may just want to start with. Give me a moment. I don't know if anybody remember this game. This game right here. Let me show you. Shout out to Expedition Theme Park. Love this channel too.
Theme park video games go back a long way. From classics like Theme Park to Roller Coaster Tycoon and Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, which would
Planet Coaster as well.
Inspire not just one of the worst theme park games ever, but one of the worst GameCube games at all. Luckily, it was slightly redeemed in a remake. Let's take a look at Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure.
Welcome to Universal Studios. I'm Woody Woodpecker. I'll be your guide today.
Bring that game back. Now, they said that it was a revival of the game. Oh, yes. Welcome to Universal Studios Japan. So this is the Japan version here.
Welcome to Universal Studios Japan was released in Japan only on the PlayStation 2 in September 2003. It featured a complete remake of the game with new graphics, mini games, and controls. It was now fully 3D, and players could explore the updated park, which was much more graphically pleasing than the original version and featured a much more fleshed out park. It even had a map that worked and a much larger play area.
Let's continue on. Shout out to Expedition Theme Park, for real. Strategic vision, acquire target 1010 games. Strategic goal, transform 1010 games into Universal Game Studios. NBC Universal's flagship internal console and PC game developer, focus on family entertainment, blockbuster franchises, and original intellectual property. Brand position, Universal Games, where every story becomes play. Core pillars, Universal Pictures franchises, DreamWorks Animation, Illumination, Peacock Originals, Universal Monsters, Jurassic World, Fast and Furious, Back to the Future, Wicked, How to Train Your Dragon, Trolls, The Office, and NBC franchises. Instead of licensing games internally, NBC Universal will own the creative direction and publishing strategy. Brand architecture, NBC Universal Interactive under this division, Universal Game Studios, 1010 Games, Mobile Games Division, Live Service Division, Family Games, Virtual Reality Experiences, Theme Park Gaming, and Esports and Creator Gaming. Did you say Esports Gaming? I mean, shall I go back to my own question?
Together so that we're not having to do a big independent outside study to figure out what those desires will be.
Customer's never wrong, right? Unless they say we hate their team. Then
yeah,
wrong.
Esports and career gaming.
They're rarely wrong, but if you read X comments, you might see that sometimes they're wrong.
Maybe you disagree a little bit. We do love audience participation. We certainly are encouraging that as much as possible. So let's take a question from our virtual audience from the Q&A box. Braylon asked, with Super Nintendo World opening at Universal Epic Universe, would primetime Nintendo e-gaming tournaments ever come to NBC Sports or Telemundo?
Back to here. Studio identity from the creators of Funko Vision, now creating the next generation of Universal Adventures. The experience 1010 Games gained working with Universal characters through Funko Vision provides creative foundation for expanding into larger original projects. Game plan phase 1, years 1 and 2, continues supporting Funko Vision while beginning development of larger Universal projects. Potential projects include Universal Heroes, Jurassic World Adventure, DreamWorks Kart Racing 2, Universal Party, Minions Mayhem, Universal Monster Survival, Back to the Future Time Crisis, Fast and Furious Open World. Phase 2, develop new original franchises entirely owned by Universal. For examples, Project Eclipse, Project Nova, Project Atlas. These could expand into films, TV series, theme park attractions, and consumer products. Phase 3, build a connected gaming ecosystem. Features include Universal Account, cross-platform progression, Peacock Rewards, Universal Rewards integration, Universal Land Unlockables, and Hollywood Unlockables, and UK Unlockables, and Japan Unlockables too. Yes, indeed. And I think Dubai Unlockables as well. Epic Universe Experiences. Marketing plan announcement campaign, headline Universal Levels Up, reveal trailer featuring Jurassic World, Minions, Shrek, Universal Monsters, Wicked, and Fast and Furious. Ending with Welcome Universal Games. Marketing partnerships, collaborate with Funko, Epic Games, Microsoft, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Nintendo, and Valve. Peacock integration, subscribers receive early demos, exclusive cosmetics, behind the scenes documentaries, game premieres, developer interviews, digital soundtracks. Universal theme parks attractions include demo stations, gaming lounges, launch events, character meet and greets, esports tournaments, and exclusive merchandise. Social media plan, YouTube weekly programming, Universal Game Direct, developer diaries, gameplay reveals, behind the code, and community challenges. Once again, y'all were not able to see that. Yes, G4 Network Studios. So let me go back up here. We're not too far gone, everybody. It's right here, where every story becomes play. Core pillars, Universal Pictures franchises, DreamWorks Illumination, DreamWorks Animation, Illumination, Peacock Originals, Universal Monsters, Jurassic World, Fast and Furious, Back to the Future, Wicked, How to Train Your Dragon, Trolls, The Office, NBC franchises. Instead of licensing games externally, NBC Universal will only create direction and publishing strategy. Brand architecture, NBC Universal Creative under this division, Universal Game Studios, 1010 Games, Mobile Games Division, Live Service Division, Family Games, Virtual Reality Experiences, Gaming, and Esports and Creator Gaming. Once again, I will go back to this question.
certainly are encouraging that as much as possible. So let's take a question from our virtual audience from the Q&A box. Braylon asked, with Super Nintendo World opening at Universal Epic Universe, would primetime Nintendo e-gaming tournaments ever come to NBC Sports or Telemundo? Very interesting question. I guess what
Moving on. From the creators of Funko Vision, now creating the next generation of Universal Adventures, the experience 10 games gained working with Universal characters through Funko Vision provides a great foundation for expanding to larger original projects. Phase 1, years 1 and 2, continues supporting Funko Vision Fusion while beginning development of larger Universal projects. Potential projects include Universal Heroes, Jurassic World Adventure, DreamWorks Kart Racing 2, Universal Party, Minions Mayhem, Universal Monster Survival, Back to the Future Time Crisis, Fast and Furious Open World. Yes, indeed. There. Phase 2, develop new original franchises entirely owned by NBC Universal. Examples: Project Eclipse, Project Nova, Project Atlas. These could expand into films, TV series, theme park attractions, consumer products. Phase 3, build a connected gaming ecosystem. Features including Universal Account, cross-platform progression, Peacock Rewards, Universal Rewards integration, Universal Lando Unlockables, and Japan, and Hollywood, UK, Dubai, and any other park in the future. Epic Universe experiences, marketing plan, headline Universal Levels Up, reveal trailer featuring Jurassic World, Minions, Trek, Universal Monsters, Wicked, Fast and Furious, and then with Welcome to Universal Games. And of course, like I said, right here was Welcome to Universal Studios Japan.
Welcome to Universal Studios Japan was released in Japan only on the PlayStation 2 in September 2003. It featured a complete remake of the game with new graphics, mini games, and controls. It was now fully 3D, and players could explore the updated park, which was much more graphically pleasing than the original version and featured a much more fleshed out park. It even had a map that worked and a much larger play area.
And then here is the game.
Each attraction offering a different game. The performance of the GameCube is fully brought out, and the beautiful graphics and powerful sounds will impress you. The inside of the park has been faithfully reproduced, and people who have visited and who have not.
Yeah. Let's continue on. Ending with Welcome to Universal Games. Marketing partnerships collaborate with Funko, Epic Games, Microsoft, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Nintendo involved. Peacock integration subscribers receive early demos, early exclusive cosmetics, behind-the-scenes documentaries, game previews, developer interviews, digital soundtracks. Universal theme park attractions include gaming lounges, launch events, character meet and greets, esports tournaments, and exclusive merchandise. Social media plan, YouTube weekly programming, Universal Game Direct, developer diaries, gameplay reveals, behind the code, community challenges, TikTok, content strategy, character trends, speed runs, fan creations, developer reactions, theme park crossovers, Instagram focus on concept art, character reveals, studio culture, motion graphics, and cosplay. Twitter, daily updates featuring patch notes, live Q&As, polls, community feedback, and launch countdowns. Discord, official community with beta testing, feedback channels, developer chats, fan art, contests, and mod support. And of course, Reddit will be a part of that as well. Creator program, partner with Twitch creators, YouTube gaming creators, family gaming influencers, speed runners, cosplayers, and also pop culture commentators as well. Benefits: early access, preview events, creator merchandise, Universal Studios invitations. Logistics plan: Universal Games Studios, possible locations, or Los Angeles, Orlando, existing 10 Games offices in the United Kingdom. Oh my God, that says the United Kingdom? Oh my God, is it? Wait. Universal is building a park in the United Kingdom. I mean, I'm just that good. I'm just that good. I am just that good. You see. Let's continue on. Staffing. Expand to include AAA, AAA engineers, narrative designers, AI programmers, cinematic teams, live service specialists, multiplayer infrastructure engineers, technology, adopt Unreal Engine 5, motion capture, virtual production, cloud development, cross-platform tools, publishing pipeline, annual release cadence, 1 AAA tile, 2 family tiles, 2 mobile tiles, ongoing live service updates, seasonal downloadable pack, cross-division collaboration, coordinate game launches with Universal Pictures film releases, DreamWorks animation premieres, Peacock Originals, Universal Products and Experience merchandise, Universal Destinations and Experience theme parks. This approach allows every major franchise launch to become a coordinated entertainment event spanning film, streaming, games, consumer products, and theme parks. Strategic benefits: if NBC Universal pursues gaming after the spinoff, acquiring studio like 1010 Games will provide an experienced development team already familiar with Universal IP through Funko Fusion, while requiring a much smaller investment than purchasing a major publisher. It will also give NBC Universal an in-house foundation for expanding interactive entertainment alongside its film, streaming, and theme park businesses. This remains a hypothetical strategy. Reuters reports that only NBC Universal is exploring opportunities in gaming, not that talks with 1010 Games are taking place. Now, Funko has been going through it, right? Come on. Did I not do my job? Did I not do my job? Once again, anybody that's questioning why I'm doing this, Funko 1010 Games of Universal. Funko 1010 Games of Universal. Funko 1010 Games of Universal. Moving on. Now, Funko has been struggling to figure out how to make money. Well, if you're going to buy 1010 Games, the main Funko Fusion, I think it would make sense for Universal to buy Funko. Because merchandising is the back. Let's get to it. So, this is a hypothetical, okay? NBC Universal and Funko mission: create the world's most connected entertainment ecosystem where every movie, television series, game, theme park, attraction, streaming event, and live experience becomes collectible. Brand promise: collect every story. The acquisition would transfer Funko from a primary collectibles licensed collectible company into NBC Universal's global consumer products and fan engagement engine. Now, I would not lose those licenses of the other companies because that is still money that you can utilize to put into NBC Universal. Just keep it up. So, new brand plan, new division, NBC Universal Fan Products Group. Business units will include Funko, Loungefly, Mundo, digital collectibles, premium statues, theme park merchandise, career merchandise, and limited edition studios. Brand architecture, NBC Universal, so Universal Pictures, Universal Television, NBC, Bravo, Peacock, Sky, Telemundo, Universal Destinations and Experiences, Universal Games, okay, 1010 Games, Funko, Pop, Bitty Pop, Soda, Loungefly, Mundo, Premium Collectibles, Fan Membership. Strategic goal: every NBC Universal franchise receives a coordinated strategy across film, television, streaming, video games, theme parks, consumer products, live events, and collectibles. Game plan: if NBC Universal also expands into game publishing, Funko becomes a central merchandising and fan engagement partner. Year 1, large collectible lines tied to Jurassic World, Wicked, Minions, Shrek, Fast and Furious, Universal Monsters, The Office, Saturday Night Live, and Bravo personalities, and Peacock Originals. Yes, everybody, you'll be thank you, good sir. You'll be able to get a Portia Williams Funko Pop. Okay, so all the Bravo fans out there. All right, moving on. Year 2, integrate collectibles with gaming. Examples: Universal Rewards unlock exclusive Funko Pop figures, digital avatars, gaming cosmetics, theme park perks. Year 3, expand Funko into interactive entertainment potential initiatives: Funko mobile games, Funko creator platform, digital collecting app, mixed reality collectibles, augmented reality treasure hunts in Universal theme parks. Campaign: collect the universe. Every major release becomes a multimedia campaign. Example: new Jurassic World film launches with movie premiere, Peacock behind the scenes special, today NBC Today interviews, Sky promotional events, Universal Orlando attraction updates, Funko Pop collection, video game content, and live fan events. NBC morning shows feature exclusive collectible reveals, behind the scenes stories, designer interviews. Bravo limited edition collectibles based on Housewives franchises. Below Deck, Vanderpump Rules, and Top Chef. Peacock subscribers receive early purchase windows, exclusive collectibles, live shopping streams, collector documentaries, behind-the-scenes production content. Sky launch European exclusive collections featuring Premier League partnerships, Sky Originals, Universal Films, and local entertainment franchises. Telemundo develop exclusive pop collections celebrating telenovelas, Hispanic entertainment icons, sports personalities, music collaborations, and more. Social media plan programming includes Funko Studios weekly content, designer diaries, behind the mold, collection tours, celebrity collections, studio visits, Universal production stories, TikTok daily content, collector reactions, unboxings, character reveals, theme park exclusives, stop motion shorts. Give me one moment. Okay, we good. Give me one moment there. To do collector reactions, unboxings, character reveals, theme park exclusive, non-stop motion shorts. Instagram focus on product photography. Our spotlights, limited editions, movie tie-ins, convention announcements. Twitter daily updates featuring product announcements, convention news, limited edition countdowns, live event coverage. Discord community features, collector clubs, beta merchandise feedback, digital rewards, community votes, designer Q&A sessions. Career program partnered with toy reviewers, pop culture influencers, yours truly, theme park creators, movie reviewers, gaming creators, cosplayers, comic book personalities. Benefits early product access, studio tours, convention invitations, product collaborations, exclusive creator, exclusive collectibles. Logistics plan. Headquarters maintain Funko's existing headquarters while establishing satellite creative teams in Universal City, California, Orlando, Florida, and London to support Sky European operations. Manufacturing expand production capabilities with regional fulfillment hubs, sustainable packaging, faster global distribution, AI-assisted inventory forecasting. Theme parks create permanent Funko experience retail destinations at Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Japan, Singapore, Beijing Resort, and Kids Resort. Features could include build your own pop, attraction exclusive figures, character customization, digital scanning experience, and arts demonstrations. All right, my friend, much love. I'm almost done here. You know what's interesting? Universal could use a new theme park, or they could use a new land inside theme park. Funko World. Funko World at Epic Universe. Funko World at Epic Universe. Funko World at Epic Universe. You're welcome. You're welcome. And you're welcome. Universal Fan Convention, or U64, launch an annual Universal Fan Fest, or Uni Fan Fest, featuring movie announcements, television previews, Peacock showcases, gaming reveals, theme park announcements, Funko exclusive celebrity panels, cosplay competitions. Benefits across NBC Universal Business, Universal Pictures, strategic benefit, merchandise launches synchronized with theatrical releases to extend fan engagement beyond cinema. Universal Television, collectibles for scripted series and franchise anniversaries create additional revenue opportunities. NBC network events, holiday specials, iconic personalities can be supported with exclusive collectibles and promotions. Bravo, limited edition figures and lifestyle merchandise, deeper fan engagement around reality franchises. Peacock subscriber exclusive collectibles, loyalty rewards, live shopping events help differentiate the streaming service. Sky expand European merchandising programs tied to local originals, sports, and Euro franchises. Telemundo culturally tailored collectibles celebrating Spanish language entertainment talent. And Universal destination experiences, exclusive park merchandise, collectible base scavenger hunts, themed retail, and convention style events encourage repeat visitation. And Universal Games, if established, day one game merchandise, collectible bundles, digital physical rewards, connect interactive entertainment with consumer products. Long-term vision 2025, the combined ecosystem will allow NBC Universal to launch a major entertainment property and coordinate execution across theatrical films, television, streaming, games, theme parks, consumer products, conventions, and collectibles. In this scenario, Funko evolves from a licensed collectible manufacturer into a strategic fan engagement platform that helps Universal build year-round relationships with audiences and monetize intellectual property across multiple businesses. Now, In case you need one more thing to let you know I'm on track. This came out not too long ago. NBC Universal unveils Rock Studios, a next-generation creative engine powering brand growth across iconic intellectual property and fandoms. Expanded in-house creative engine unites NBC Universal's intellectual property, talent, data, and technology to supercharge reach, relevance, and results across for brands of all sizes. That's Rock Studios right there. This came out June 22nd, so not too long ago. NBC Universal unveiled Rock Studios, the evolution of its award-winning in-house creative engine, powering the most culturally resonant brand work that connects marketers to content creators and moments that matter most. With a portfolio anchored in the world's most powerful sports, influential entertainment, and cultural properties, Rock Studios transforms media investment into integrated experiences, pairing unmatched reach with cultural relevance to deliver measurable business impact for brands of all sizes. For years, brands were forced to choose between storytelling and performance, but now the winning formula relies on creative that is contextually aligned, culturally relevant, and designed to perform against a rival reach. Rock Studios is built for this new reality, bringing together iconic intellectual property and talent, cutting-edge creative data and technology into a single unified offering that helps brands of all sizes, all moments, leverage our highly passionate fandoms, and extend engagement across platform and deliver results at every stage of the funnel. Karen Kovacs, president of advertising and partnerships at NBC Universal. Rock Studios expanded capabilities. With its expanded offerings, Rock Studios provides advertisers creative solutions across 4 capabilities: integrated sponsorships and experiences, custom creative solutions, talent and creators, and branded entertainment. Designed to work independently or together, Rock Studios affords brands flexible and bespoke ways to activate across NBC Universal's ecosystem. Through integrated sponsorships and experiences, Rock Studios embeds brands directly into NBC Universal's biggest program, platforms, live events, creating ownable moments inside and around content audiences already love. These moments can then be extended through cross-platform amplification, retargeting, leveraging NBC Universal's advanced technology and real-time measurement capabilities to multiply impact and drive outcomes. Rock Studios' custom creative solution offers marketers creative inspired by NBC Universal's iconic intellectual property and built for performance with scalable cross-platform solutions that make premium storytelling more accessible to brands of all sizes, with the solutions spanning everything from industry-leading ad innovations to cutting-edge commerce capabilities. Rock Studios is helping advertisers create, scale, and activate, and scale high-impact campaign creative without sacrificing creative ambition. NBC Universal's expansive ecosystem is home to some of the most sought-after talent creators in the industry. Rock Studios provides unprecedented access. The team connects brands with trusted voices audiences are deeply connected to, pairing NBC Universal talent and creators with white glove campaign support, scaled distribution, and storytelling designed to feel authentic to fandom and culture. And with its branded entertainment offering, Rock Studios develops original programming and experiences with audience entertainment at the center. The team builds cultural defined content, live experiences, and new intellectual property. Brands play a meaningful role in the story rather than simply appearing around it, turning cultural events into measurable results. With nearly 2 decades of collective experience and creative excellence, Rock Studios is already helping brands move beyond advertising to become part of the cultural moments audiences care about most in driving results that extend far beyond a single activation. Through a fandom-first approach, Rock Studios leverages the full strength of NBC Universal's powerhouse portfolio to connect brands to the right audiences with culturally relevant, creative, and then scales that impact across every touch point, from content to streaming to social, live experiences, talent, commerce. By pairing unmatched reach with deep relevance, our creative becomes a multiplier, turning individual moments into sustained engagement and measurable business outcomes. Recent partnerships with leading global brands demonstrate the power of that model in motion. Unilever and BravoCon 2025. Rock Studios BravoCon 2025 partnerships with Unilever underscored the power of turning fandom into full funnel commerce-driven impact. For Unilever, Rock Studios created a unified talent-led platform by pairing 5 beauty brands with iconic Bravo talent, generating over 300 million cross-platform engagements and driving plus 49% greater message memorability alongside measurable gains, including plus 19% lift in ad memorability and plus 11% increase in organic brand interest. and plus 9% in both brand favorability and increased household sales. The campaign demonstrated how Rock Studios blends talent, creative, commerce, and fandom to deliver culturally relevant experiences that drive measurable results. Milan, darling, Milan. Going into 2026 Olympic Winter Games, Delta Airlines and NBCU Universal. Ahead of the Winter Games, Delta partnered with Rock Studios to activate across NBCU Universal's cross-platform ecosystem, driving fan connection across sports, culture, and entertainment, and reinforcing its role as the official airline of Team USA. The partnership delivered measurable impact with 2-time sponsorship association and significant lifts in brand perception, including plus 19% in recall and plus 30% in opinion. It also drove meaningful gains across key attributes from premium perception to relevance with culturally connected audiences. City plus the Today Show, the City Today concert series partnership further demonstrates how Rock Studios continues to transform tempo programming into measurable business impact, delivering nearly 20 hours of on-screen brand exposure across linear, digital, and social by pairing premium content with cross-platform creative and talent integration. The campaign drove significant lifts across the funnel, including plus 44% in brand favorability. That's almost 50% of brand favorability. Plus 29% consideration intent, and plus 25% recommendation intent, reinforcing the power of culturally relevant fan-first storytelling to move both perception and performance for partners. Coffee Mate and Love Island. Coffee Mate's partnership with Rock Studios with Love Island production team for Love Island Season 7 underscores the studio ability to turn cultural integration into measurable business impact. During Season 7, Coffee Mate's campaign significantly shifted brand perception, delivering 92% favorability and 93% consideration intent, showcasing how Rock Studios' culturally resonant storytelling can reshape brand perception and drive real-world action. These results underscore a clear shift when brands align with relevance and authentically integrate into fandoms. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Where was I? Can reshape brand perception and drive real-world action. These results underscore a clear shift when brands align with relevance and authentically integrate into fandoms. Audiences love, they drive stronger engagement, deeper connection, and measurable business outcomes. A full funnel creative engine built for impact. In 2025 alone, Rock Studios has worked with over 400 brand partners and driven over 9 billion impressions, garnering real engagement from fans with a plus 34% year-over-year growth in view rate on Facebook and Instagram, and a plus 10% growth view rate on TikTok. To date, Rock Studios' work has also been recognized for more than 300 industry awards in the last 3 years, including Cannes Lions, Video Entertainment, and Gemma, North American and Global, among others. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I will play this video so you can understand what Rock Studios is all about. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. If you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. Rolling.
Wait, what's an ID bug?
Peppermint mocha.
Yes. Hershey's is bringing one of the sweetest holiday traditions to life.
We're going to the beach out with Cuervo on tape.
Ford is all about helping their customers.
18.5-foot megawall.
All the passion, all the magic.
I'm thankful to have a friend like you.
He bought in an all-pro?
Jake from State Farm.
Oh, this is a Pepsi commercial. Very nice.
Nice cans.
I'm gonna eat you.
Sabi Telemundo quieren invitarlas al Mundial es Nuestro.
Did we seriously run out of everything?
Salute to summer.
Let's turn this thing all the way on. Come on. The State Farm Bravo Hood is back.
We're celebrating a season of scares with a 1-hour special about all things Halloween.
Schwarzkopf lets me handle everything at home. These Wendy's sauces are so iconic.
Wait, you can't forget a condiment.
It's not over yet.
This is going to be fun.
Now that's how you end the live stream. I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Yes, we have. Well, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I hope you enjoyed this live, and I also hope that you enjoyed our Disney live as well, y'all. Truly, it is always a joy to spend time with each and every single one of you. You know, like I said, everything that I said tonight about G4 Network Studios coming to Universal Orlando Resort and NBC Universal getting into video games and specifically buying 1010 games is a Braydiction, okay? It is not. Listen, this is not official news. This is speculation. This is Bray speculation. That's Braylon speculation put together. But sincerely, I really do believe that G4 could be making a comeback, and that if G4 could be making a comeback, E3 could be making a comeback as well, because E3 would be G4's primetime event. They did before, they can do it again in a bigger fashion. So with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special, because you are always one of us. And trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end you'll be where you need to be, do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is not to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You spend time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, rise and great together. And always remember, when you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life with child, you're just letting people know that just be honest with people. You know what I mean? Make sure the replay is not just where you watch it, not just where you listen to it, but if you want spirit to again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. Always remember, see love, God, give it. See love, God, give it. See love, God, give it. Wherever obstacles you overcome, where success you have achieved. Well, this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. Does it get heavy sometimes knowing what I know? Absolutely it does. And I do wish I was in the industry. But in the same token, I am so glad that I have a space right here with all of you to be able to explore, talk, and make it do what it do anytime. And I mean anytime that I want to, right? Sometimes things take time for things to come back around. Amen. Amen. And amen. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, always, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Bye-bye. Looking for the Daily Mover? It was during our 6 o'clock show. All right? Love you all. Bye-bye. Once again.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We've built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make.
Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, or whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the